everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I want to show you how to play We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. So this is a really cool song, I think, and it is also kind of a really weird song at the same time. So this song was co-written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney, and the parts that Paul McCartney wrote are very happy and upbeat, and then the parts that John Lennon wrote are very kind of dark. And so they really kind of, not really clash, but it's just really weird the way they go together. It almost sounds like two different songs like kind of stuck together, and I really kind of dig it. I think it's really cool. So anyway, be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. Alright, so the song basically has three parts. It has a verse, a chorus, and then the verse and the chorus are the parts that McCartney wrote, and then this other part that I'm just going to call the bridge because I really know what else to call it, is the part that John Lennon wrote. So we start off here with the verse, and it's just got D, it's just a regular old D major chord, and then D suspended 4, which is if you just take that D chord and put your fourth finger down onto the 3rd fret of the high E string. And then a C. And then back to a D again. So we've got, with this D, we play it, and the counting for it's kind of weird. So it's like 1, 2, and then on the downbeat of 3, it's a 16th note, so it's a quick strum of the D, and then we hammer on to the D suspended 4. And then back to, and when we do that hammer on, that's a dotted 8th note. So beat number 1, number 2, beat 3, and then beat 4 is back to D for 2 more 8th notes. So that's like the first measure. And then on the second measure, we basically do the same thing again. The difference is here is that if we do that hammer on, it's only a 16th note, and then we stay on that D suspended 4 for 3 8th notes. So that's like the first two measures. And then we go to a C, 1 and 2 and to D, 3 and 4 and. So that's basically the riff for the verse, and you just play that twice. Alright, then from there it goes into the chorus. So on that very last time, when you go to that D, it's 3 and 4 and then on the and of 4 you just kind of try to hit the D, G, and B strings open, and then that's what transitions us into the chorus. So for the chorus, we have G, D, and A major. So for the chorus, so it's like 1 E and 2 E and then to the D. So back to a G and then to the A. So it's And then at the end of the A, we hit those open strings again, so that way it just makes it kind of a way to transition from one chord to the other without there being, just dead silence. So that whole chorus. All right, and then that leads us into this bridge section. Like I said, this is the part that Lennon wrote. All right, so when we go into this part, we're coming from this really happy, kind of happy major sounding thing, and then it goes into this very kind of more dark minor sounding part. So we start off, we've got B minor, and unfortunately the only way to do this is with this bar chord. So I'm just barring my first finger across the first 5 strings at the 2nd fret. My second finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, my 3rd finger is on the 4th fret of the D string, and my 4th finger is on the 4th fret of the G string. And we've got this B minor, and then we've got a G, but instead of doing this G, it's going to be a bar chord one, but a little bit different. So normally, you would just bar your first finger all the way across all 6 strings at the 3rd fret, second finger onto the 4th fret of the G string, 3rd finger onto the 5th fret of the A string, and 4th finger onto the 5th fret of the D string. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of lift our finger up so that way that the first string is open, and then we've got F sharp major, so we just move this shape down a half step, and again with the open string on there. It's kind of, that's really kind of dissonant sounding, but it's kind of signature John Lennon. So this we've got first measure, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and then the second measure, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. On the and of 4, we just try to hit those open strings again. So it's then to that G. So that, on that G, it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. On the and of 4, we move down to the F sharp. And then that 4th measure is 1, 2, 3 and 4 and with the open strings. So that's like the first, kind of like the first half. It's the first 4 measures of that bridge section. So back to the B minor again. And then that leads us into the second half of the bridge. So this here is got this, the timing on this is kind of cool. It's like almost this waltz kind of a thing. So what we've got is we got the B minor. We're going to pick just the A string and then strum the top end of the chord twice. So these are quarter note tuplets, so it's like... Then we take our first finger off so that the A string is open, but you still want the top end here. So what I do is I just slide it up like this so that the A string is open, and then do the same thing. So that's the first measure of that. It's measure 13 on your transcription. Then we're going to go to the 3rd fret of the low E, same strum, then to the 2nd fret. So the rest of the chord stays the same. So it's like... And then it goes right back. just goes right back in. Just like that. So like I said, the parts, they're both really great, and then when they go together, they just completely, you know, like opposite ends of the spectrum, but I think they just go really well together. I think, they were great songwriters, and this is just a great example of, just the cool way they put stuff together. All right, so there you have it. Those are all the parts to We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.